use food in training your dog? This is a question that I get asked all the time. And it is a great question because there is a lot of nuance to using food in training. So my answer is yes. Using food in training is smart. Let's explore this a little bit more. Food is a primary reinforcer. A primary reinforcer in plain English means that we do not need to teach the dog to enjoy, want the food. There are, of course, many other primary reinforcers, such as rest when we're tired, water when we're thirsty, access to mates and social interactions, and the like. So using primary reinforcers is really smart way to train. And I will be expanding more in another session of Hound Lane on how to use primary reinforcers successfully. Other benefits of using food in training. It is easy and convenient. We have to feed our dogs, right? So why not take advantage of this and get some training done? All dogs, remember, are food motivated unless they have bigger fish to fry. And again, this is a huge topic when we're using food in training. So I will be addressing this in more depth in another installment. It also requires very little mechanical skills from the handler. And that is a big plus when it comes to dog training. There are many mechanical skills in the training of dogs, but delivery of food is one where we can get away with less mechanical skills for the most part. Also, food is very versatile. We can deliver the food for different impact and variation, such as when we're using food in training games, which is one of my preferred ways of training. We could also use it remotely, maybe through a food bowl or food dispensing toy in a certain location. So here's another important question. Are we bribing or reinforcing our dogs when we're using food? And again, it's another great question. And the answer is that it depends. So here's an example that I hope will clarify this once and for all. If I call the dog, I say, Fido, come, and I'm showing Fido as he turns around the bag of food or treats, that's a bribe. I'm telling the dog, if you come, I'm going to give you this food. Now, same situation, I call the dog, Fido, come. And Fido comes because I have trained that. Then, after he arrives to me, I deliver the food. That is a reinforcer. It is really important that we understand this in theory and that we know how to apply it. Because if we continue to bribe the dog instead of reinforcing for food, we get a dog that is going to go and say, show me the money before I perform. We don't want that. Instead, what we want is a dog that is willing to comply for a reinforcer. So in conclusion, using food in training is really smart. Ideally, you're using your dog's daily ratio, especially if you use something to feed your dog that your dog really likes and is willing to work for. So we're not using treats in addition to what your dog is eating. It's important that we keep our dog's weight in check. Also, consider training around meal times. It gets in the schedule and it gets done. Remember, do not bribe with food. Instead, learn how to reinforce. I'll see you next time.